Chat, chat, chat. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Hello and welcome to another episode of The Road to Wrestling School. The HOV to the HOP. That's House of Pain, Neil Superior Professional Wrestling Training Center. We are 3 up-and-coming wrestling trainees. I am Grizzly Joe Grasso.
And I am Hamish Stuart.
And with us is our special guest. Oh, wait, he's not here. Big Bear Roy Gillette is absent.
Boo.
That fool. But as I said, we are 2 up-and-coming wrestling trainees. Now, Hashtag and I have trained before, but we are returning to spruce up our skills.
And to finish out the certification.
That's right. In beautiful downtown Hagerstown, Maryland. This is our Journeys on the Road. And we'd like you to listen in on the conversations. So how you doing this week, Hamish?
I'm all right. I today only got a new PR on the bench. I pushed up 205, which is pretty magnificent for me.
Oh, I'm so sorry I asked.
I'm very happy about that. I'll get back into the squatting and the deading next week, and hopefully I'll be able to
you've
push
clearly
that
already
up.
got into the deading because this conversation is dead.
No, it's not.
I don't even know what that means.
It's deadlifting.
Oh.
So I'll be my max deadlift is 360. I deadlifted 350 in front of a guy who's a gym noob, and he looked at me and was like, is that 350? And I was like, yeah, I normally
whatever.
do 360. It's not a big deal.
No big deal.
Yeah, it's just warming up.
You're humble, Hashtag Hamish.
That's right. That's right. I'm one of those guys at the gym. But no, I normally stay to myself. And squat, I think 290. Or 280. It's either 280 or 290. I haven't hit the 300 yet.
I really don't care which it is.
Goal is to make it to the 1,000 pound club as quickly as possible.
No, I don't count it
unless
you can straight up bench 1,000 pounds. I don't count it. So
yeah, it's not going to ever.
I don't know if anyone can do that, but if you can't,
sure
I'm not
somebody who
interested.
can.
I hope someone. Maybe Mark Henry, the strongest man in the world.
He very well could.
I think he's the only person who can.
Might be able to do that.
He's our modern Hercules.
And how about you, Joe? Did you have a good week?
I had a weird week. My family came down with a cold,
Ooh.
and so I started getting a cold, and I willed it away. I put it in the sleeper hold, and I made it tap.
Nice.
I made that cold tap and get out of my body because I was not missing this Thursday night for Thursday night matches at the House of Pain.
I'll have you know, I had totally planned, if you weren't here, to just film a podcast myself.
That would have been amazing.
In the car.
It would have been a little sad.
It would have been equally the worst thing and probably 2 seconds of the best thing anybody's ever heard.
I agree. I absolutely agree.
Yeah.
Now, tonight at the House of Pain, we are doing jobber matches, quote-unquote jobber matches. Enhancement wrestlers is the modern term.
I don't like that term.
No, enhancement. I mean, it's appropriate, enhancement wrestler.
Yeah.
But it's a bit nice.
Yeah, it seems too... It just seems too nice.
It's a bit too nice. I'm not ashamed to be a jobber.
Right, yeah.
Like, I like the carny term. I'm a jobber.
It's not a big deal, yeah.
I'm doing the J-O-B.
You're just...
Pin me and pay me.
Plus, I mean, you get... old adage, in wrestling... You pay the person who wins gets paid the same as the guy who loses.
That's right.
Okay, don't care. They make me lose every match. I'm not going to be in the WWE.
Nope.
So who cares?
But tonight the trainees are going to lose to the senior students who are all mostly certified wrestlers. I think all certified wrestlers.
Right.
We are going to lose to them. They are going to impersonate WWE talent because in our careers, if we push forward and become certified wrestlers and actually start working, we could be called up to the big leagues, to the WWE, to Ring of Honor, to TNA. I'm giving them a lot more credit than they deserve.
Lucha Underground.
Yeah, Lucha Underground. We could be called up to do enhancement matches, to job to their talent to get them over, to help them look good.
Right. Make their guys look good.
That's another thing. We should explain terms more, I think.
Yeah, that'd probably be a good idea.
Because not everyone is in the industry, and we tend to talk that way, so we apologize for terms we throw out, going over, getting heat, jobber. We'll explain them as much as we can, but we expect you to pick up. The learning curve is pretty steep.
Yeah.
So figure it out.
Yeah, if we stumble across one, well, we'll put it on our website.
On the website, yeah. Oh, speaking of our website, our show has a website, Renaissance Rumble.
Yes, it does.
RenaissanceRumble.com. That's right. Our Renaissance-themed, professional wrestling-themed
stunt show.
That's right. It's a stunt show, and you can find us at the Maryland Renaissance Festival this season.
That's right.
Aren't we teaching a workshop?
We are an actor workshop for intro to professional wrestling. How you can enjoy the medium and let it help you grow in your acting training and help you grow in more ways than you'd ever want to know.
That's right. If you ever wanted a taste of professional wrestling but didn't want to commit to the full training, come take our workshop, get a taste.
That's right. And then you could join the car with us and come up to the House of Pain.
That's right. You could be on the podcast. If you're in the car, you're in the podcast.
In the car, you're on the podcast.
That's the rule.
So great plug there, Joe.
Hey, I was pretty proud of that.
I also like to plug fatheads
for Big Bear Roy Gillette when he's not here.
Yeah, I know.
He's our fat man plug guy.
I know. Sad that he's not here.
It was hilarious every time he did it.
But yeah, so the enhancement thing, I'm kind of excited for because we'll be able to work with top guys. We'll be able to work with their big guys there, and we'll be able to to experience what we would be doing anyway if we went into any other, even in any of the indies.
See, this is what I'm curious of, though. We've lost our matches. We regularly lose matches there. That's totally fine and expected. But tonight we're specifically doing matches that are called jobber matches. Now I'm wondering what the difference is really. How do we put someone over? I suppose we don't really get much offensive, if any. It's not a squash match, but it's close.
Yeah, I wonder. That's a good call,
I was thinking about that all week. What does that mean for us as a worker?
Right. Does it mean you totally right? Like when you say squash, so there's your term of the day. Squash is when one guy doesn't get any offense in. It's a one-sided match, completely pummeled.
Goldberg was famous for squash matches that lasted 6 seconds?
Yeah, not that. Like, come in, he'd spear somebody, give him the jackhammer, bam, it's over.
Right, 1, 2, 3, it's done.
Brock Lesnar, another guy who squashes people, and squashes are usually given out to guys that look the part. You're able to, you're not giving the 1, 2, 3 kid a squash match.
If you YouTube any famous star, Hulk Hogan, Macho Man Randy Savage, they all had squash matches. Macho Man's first match in the WWF, now WWE, was a squash match. A squash match, excuse me.
And who did he squash?
I don't even know his name. He looked like...
Barry Horowitz.
No, he looked like a 45-year-old
dad when they just use the guy's name. And here it is.
Yeah, just some guy.
Kevin Jennings.
Basically.
And he's already out in the ring. That's when you know that whoever's coming out is coming out to just destroy this dude.
Exactly. So that...
You never thought the Macho Man was going to lose to,
Well, nobody knew who he was then. This is his first match. People didn't know when to cheer for him yet.
Yeah.
Like, he just came up from, I believe, the South. I think that's where he was wrestling. I don't remember, and I feel bad about that. But Vince called him up, and all the managers were outside the ring, like, eyeing him up, seeing if they wanted to hire him, because nobody knew what to make of Macho Man yet.
Gotcha.
But he hit his flying elbow drop. It looked amazing.
Nice.
And, that's sort of the start. It's weird to see Macho Man come out and not immediately get cheers or boos.
Yeah, because he was such a cultural icon for us. You only remember that giant high,
exactly,
that high spot of him.
But to see him so early in his career is very bizarre.
Yeah. So you're right. It'll be interesting to see and I think we'll take our cue from the vets. I mean, they'll tell us, hey, look, this is what's going to happen. This is going to happen. I think the matches will follow the same obvious match structure. There'll be shine, heat, come back and finish. And,
sure.
And that'll be it. I think,
Maybe.
hopefully.
I don't even think we'll follow that much of a structure.
I think so.
I'm not sure.
I think each vet will have their chance to put up something special that they want to show.
Right. We're going to take some finishers tonight, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
And that's totally fine.
Yeah. Hopefully I don't even know. So I'm supposed to be wrestling against Robbie Page, Wildman Robbie Page,
yeah.
who will be the Great Muda.
The Great Muda had a headbutt? No, a big hand? Yeah, I think it was a big hand.
Oh, awesome. Thank God. I'll take that.
So that was fine.
Is it like the Samoan Spike or something?
I believe it's that, yes.
Oh, good.
The Samoan Spike is a famous, crazy finisher that's really simple,
you just jam your thumb into somebody's, like, just below their throat, like right at the top of where the chest meets, right where the chest meets the throat.
It's one of those things that looks ridiculous and shouldn't work, but probably works really well if you do it.
Oh, yeah. It's one of those things people look at and they go, come on. And then if somebody really hit you super hard with their thumb, like right there where your and you could feel it, like run your finger down your throat, get it past the center, get it right where that sort of chest bone.
Please don't tell our audience how to cripple themselves.
And then take your thumb and really hit yourself hard there. Then you'll start to choke. And
Don't do that, kids.
You'll be like, oh my God, that.
Another move that looked ridiculous that worked was the mandible claw.
Yeah,
Mankind,
right.
McFoley's finisher, for anyone who doesn't know, where he jams his two middle fingers under your tongue.
Yeah.
And it is a submission. It knocked people out. And you thought, there's no way that could work.
Yeah, and then you do it to your friends or yourself, and you're like, oh my God, that hurts so bad.
Yep, and you can't bite down.
Yeah.
Like the way the move works.
It even hurts if you pinch somebody's tongue. You know, if you grab the tongue and pinch it with those top fingers, that hurts.
There's a lot of nerves in there, man.
Yeah, it hurts bad. But yeah, so hopefully, we'll take our cues from our bets that were going on, and then we'll do what they.
Oh yeah, I feel confident that anyone who works there will lead us through just fine.
Yeah, and all those guys there can make everybody look good. They can wrestle a broom and make it look good.
Absolutely.
So.
I mean, that's why, and this is what I wanted to talk about this week, is the type of training we're receiving. I love over here is John Rambo, the owner, operator, trainer at House of Pain, Neil Superior Professional Wrestling Training Center.
In beautiful downtown Hagerstown, Maryland.
Thank you. Is very old school. He was trained by Rocky Johnson, who is The Rock's father, and he does things very old school, which, in contrast to the modern wrestling, I'll get to that in a second. The old school style is more storytelling, more wrestling, less punching. You're going to really see a story between a heel, a bad guy, and a face, a good guy, and really see that story played out really simply, just doing specific spots. You don't have to do that much wrestling to tell a good story, and that's where the idea was, we're not going to work so hard. We don't have to work any harder than we have to entertain this crowd, and we can get over on this crowd, and they'll have a great time.
And what Joe also means by not work too hard is by take a 1,000 bumps or a bunch of high spots.
Now I can lead into that. The contrast was modern wrestling tends to go the route of the athlete, which is more high spots, more big moves that look really scary, more acrobatics, when there's nothing wrong with that. I don't want to, no disrespect to any workers today that do that. You go see MCW, Maryland Championship Wrestling, they do a lot of high spots. It's very athletic. It's very impressive. But it can tire you out fast.
Yeah, and your body can only take so many bumps in the course of a career. So.
And it tires the audience out because now they're seeing all these high spots. That's what they come to expect. And if you slow down a match, they're going to get bored.
Right, which, if you watch WrestleMania, I'm going to pull that into that, you open up with that giant high spot ladder match.
Yep.
And then you go into the Jericho AJ Styles match, which I'm probably the only person in America that really liked that match. I know I'm the only person in the car that really liked that match.
That's right. It
but
wasn't a bad match. It just wasn't as good as they put together before.
No, I agree. They've had some fire in some other ones, but I thought this was really, it was a technical wrestlers match, and that's why I liked it, because there was a lot of, there's a lot of reversals of the moves that they normally do, and the guy, you could see, okay, I know this, and I'm gonna reverse with this, I'm gonna counter with this. I thought it was good. I really liked it. Now,
I thought they were sloppy. They were sloppier than they normally are.
Yeah, I agree. It wasn't as sharp as it could have been. Both those guys are normally super sharp. Jericho is getting older. AJ Styles is, I wouldn't call him at his peak, but he's still not too far away from that.
Now, what I wanted to get to by bringing up this wrestling training is you trained somewhere else to start. I started at House of Pain.
I did.
You started at Bone Breakers, which no longer exists. But was attached to MCW at the time.
Now, so it doesn't exist anymore as Bone Breakers, but
right.
MCW does have a school.
They do.
I wonder if they have my records on file and I could just walk in and I'd be like, hey, I paid.
Wow.
And then see if they'll let me
That
go.
would be really interesting.
I doubt it.
I doubt it, too. Wrestling's not known for its honesty and record keeping.
Yeah, they're not really known for their administrative skills.
Now, how does that training, because I thought when I was a teenager to go to Bone Breakers, it's a lot more expensive. It's on par with most wrestling training.
Right.
But it was more expensive than House of Pain. What was your experience there in that training?
So I went there when I was really young, so it was definitely a different state of mind. I did go with another guy, and I would highly recommend this. If you're going into wrestling or you're going into a wrestling school and you're not filled with confidence, or you're not primo macho dude who's very athletically inclined or very good on cardio, not a bad idea to go with somebody else.
Always a good idea
to have a buddy.
Have a buddy.
Have a buddy, because then you have somebody to commiserate with. You got people to talk things through, bounce things off of. Always good.
And to do a podcast with.
Yeah, to do a podcast with, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So I went there with another guy, and everybody who comes in with another guy goes, "Oh, I want to tag." But you can't be a good tag until you're a good singles wrestler. And singles wrestling takes a long time. But regardless of that, so let's go back to the training.
Yes.
So their training is was run by ex-athletes, and I'm talking all-American wrestlers, all-American football players, guys who came out of college programs, D2, D3, D1 schools, and were conditioned, primed and conditioned. So who was wrestling with me in my training class was Orlando Jordan, who was the USA champ in the WWE for a few months.
Mm-hmm.
God, I always forget this guy's name. Joey Mercury. I want to say Joey Mercury. He dated Lita for a while.
Oh,
was in the
yeah.
WWE for a while. He was there, and there was one other dude. Oh, and then the ref, and I can't remember the ref's name. Super great ref, but he's in the WWE right now.
Good job. We've learned about people whose name you don't know that are in the WWE. Now,
another guy named Genesis who went on to OVW,
Genesis, yeah.
but he didn't make it through OVW. So it was highly it focused. The first hour was them just blowing you up sky high in conditioning. Okay, now we're going to do this. Now we're going to do grass cutters. Now you're going to do this. Now we're going to run around the parking lot. Now you jump on your friend's back and you're going to run sprints up and down the parking lot. When you get to the bottom, you get off and then your friend gets on your back. Boom, and you're going to do it. You do it. Oh, guess what? You did it wrong. Here comes some chops. Oh, guess what? You sucked. You're doing this again while everybody else takes a break. And then the training went like this. You came in, you got blown up like crazy. You took a break, and the break was you watched two vets put on a match. Nobody told you about anything. They just put a match on. After they did their match, you got in the ring, and they bumped you mercilessly.
Mercilessly.
I mean mercilessly. It was, okay, here you go. You're going to do, we're going to do 10 bumps. Each of the 10 bumps, you're going to do back, flip, and handstands. And then after that, we're going to do shoulder tackle drills. Oh, here comes, we're going to do leg sweep drills. Oh, here comes, we're going to do clothesline drills. And you're not clotheslining anybody in the beginning. I mean, for the first 6 months, I was just getting my ass handed to me. I mean, you just pounded into dog meat.
Sure.
It was all the workers. Boom, here we go, clothesline. Boom, clothesline, boom. Here it goes, step over. Here you go, jump, leapfrog. Oh, you're blown up. You better get outside because here comes some chops. And then back in the ring. So, and then after that, you'd watch another match, and then you go in and you learn a few moves. They do some moves on you. Then after that, I would bug out, man. It'd be about 10:30 at that point. Then
wow.
I was like, I'm out of there, man. So
that's a very intense form of training.
Oh, yeah, it was super intense. Super, don't mess up. If you mess up, you're getting chops. You know what's coming. But still, if you stuck with it, didn't look like a total, douche, and you were okay, you were a cool dude, then, after about 6-8 months, then you were all right.
Only 6 to 8 months, you say?
Yeah, and you were okay. And then, and they knew you weren't some flake, because wrestling school is just littered with flakes.
Oh, sure.
People walk in, oh, man, I'm going to be John Cena. Oh, I'm going to be, whoever. Oh, I'm going to be Roman Reigns. Oh, yep, let me pay this up front due. Let me take that first bump. Ow, this sucks. I'm never coming back. Or come back 1 or 2 other times, and that's it.
Now, ironically, that's an old school mentality. That the idea of breaking, earning the respect, breaking a potential wrestler, or a potential flake, making sure they really wanted to be here so that you didn't waste your time. Now,
Yeah, they that was a big thing because their big thing about the conditioning especially was, hey, look, if I put you in a match and my life's in your hands. If we're going 10 minutes strong, 10 minutes hard, and you crap out at 10 minutes and drop me, then you could potentially end my career, end my life.
that's a very good point.
So they're real high focus on that.
Now, I mean, that form of training, there's nothing wrong with it at all. It's produced some amazing wrestlers. I'm talking about just bone breakers now.
Yeah.
Other schools have their own methodology. Some
Correct.
use that, some use different. But bone breakers created some amazing wrestlers.
Oh yeah. A lot of good guys came out of this.
Including our friend Marty Didi, who
Yes.
wrestled as Gregory Martin and got a dark match in the WWE
Right.
with S.A. Rios. And he would have continued down that path had he not suffered an injury. But even today, he helped us with our show, Renaissance Rumble, renaissancerumble.com. And he's just as sharp as ever, and I think it's from that training.
Oh yeah, super good.
So, I mean, there's obvious benefits to that training. But, and I don't mean, humbly, I think I'm a pretty decent wrestler. Would you say I'm a decent wrestler?
Yeah, I'd say decent.
Thanks, buddy. I had my original training here at the House of Pain.
I think I suck, but you're pretty decent.
But, I mean, different training works for different people.
Right.
Like, if I had gone into that boot camp setting, I'd like to think I'd have stuck through it, but I don't know. I might have crapped out. My body might have just given up. Because I'm not a small guy, and I'm incredibly lazy. So, I might have just crapped out. Rambo's style, Rambo's not a flake either. Rambo will hurt you if he needs to. And he likes to focus on teaching you how to really do moves to show you how they actually work in wrestling and to make them look good in the ring. But his is a little more gentle. It's not a boot camp setting. I mean, he'll work you and he wants you to be conditioned, but he's not putting you through that rigmarole.
Yeah, he leaves it, and that's what I really appreciate here because I'm very fitness focused. If you haven't figured that out by now, and he leaves that in your hands and then goes, "Hey, look, you should be doing this. What is your problem? I'm here to teach you wrestling, not to teach you conditioning."
Right.
But he will teach you conditioning, which is absolutely true. He will train you if you want.
Absolutely, but he's there to teach you wrestling. He's not there to waste. You're not there to waste his time or your time. He's not going to wait.
Right, pushing up.
All
weights.
respect to bone breakers and MCW. He's not there to waste your time with an hour of conditioning. He wants to get to teaching you the moves. He wants to get to show up ready to work, show up conditioned and ready to work. Now,
right. Come in the right mind frame. Come in the right ready to go.
In all honesty, my body was not and kind of still is not conditioned to wrestle.
It's a temple, bro. It's a temple.
Oh, it's a temple. It's a shitty temple. Now, I've gotten better, and I've certainly my cardio has gotten better.
Yeah, you got pretty good, Joe.
But I like to think I'm not wasting Rambo's time when I go in there. And I think there's always a trainee or two when they're starting that they're kind of wasting time and they should go condition first.
Yeah.
Now, but if you got the drive, if you got the focus, you're not wasting anyone's time because you're coming in there to work. You're not powdering out after 5-10 minutes. You're like, okay, I'm blown up, but I'm going to keep going, or I'm going to take a little breather and then get back in there.
Yeah.
And you're going to learn some things.
Yeah, and I will, I'll say that the training up here focuses on the work, getting you to work. You're getting not proving yourself. Now, this was 15 years ago.
Yes.
I'm not saying that that's what the MCW school does now.
Right.
Probably vastly different. Wrestling was a different time then. You came in and guys, they came to break you. Because they were broken when they got in.
Right.
It wasn't like
tradition.
Yeah, that's how it was. You were like, I'm coming in, you're coming in, I'm busting your chops, ribbing you, busting you up all day, because that's how I got in. That's how it worked for me. Which that's the culture, and that's fine. But you walk in here and it's like, hey, we're not here to bust your chops. We're here to work. You know what? If you're not going to work, you can sit outside, you can watch, and you can soak up knowledge that way, or jump right in, man. And,
sure.
And you'll get, and you get it. You get the training.
Oh yeah.
They're there. The Rambo's there with all the keen insights and what to do and how to do it, and I really appreciate it.
It's a lot of fun to go out there too.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's super awesome. Yeah, that's the best.
We're getting matches.
I didn't have to wait 8 months to actually get in and actually lock up.
Right.
Which, but I will say this, my bumps all feel smooth, all feel pretty good.
I will say that your bumps are
Lockups-
stupendous.
Lockups feel great. I'm a good enhancement man because I'll bump my ass off for you.
It's true. It's very true.
I'll take those bumps for you, brah. But yeah, so but no, it's so there's a lot of good. Both of them are. It's chocolate and vanilla.
Right.
Everybody loves ice cream. Which one do you love better?
It's true. It's what works for you. Now, I mean, the big difference is price. You go into a wrestling training program, and this is typical of most training programs. About $3,000 is what you're going to pay.
When I walked in, I was 21 years old. It was 2001 or 2000. It was $3,500.
Right. I think it's a little more now, but they break it up differently at MCW's training program. I'm not going to say...
have to take... they do it now where you have to take their intro class, which I think is like
right.
1,000 or something.
Yeah, something like that.
And then if they see your potential in the intro class, then they take you to the intermediate class, which is another like...
And then the third class is free.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. But you see how that goes.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Now, I won't say what Rambo charges because it depends on... I mean, he's running deals all the time.
Right.
It's on an individual basis, but I can tell you it's a bargain for what he's offering. It's a great, great price for the training.
You can't beat it.
This is legendary training. This is a man who was trained by Rocky Johnson. And had things gone differently, he would be a legend in one of the bigger three, the WCW, WWF. But he chose differently. He chose to teach.
Right, yeah.
So you get...
Lucky us.
Yes, you get legend quality training over at the House of Pain. So I consider this very lucky.
Oh God, yeah. And it's not that far away. It's right in Maryland.
Well,
here. It's a great place.
Right.
I mean, for you, it's
for me. It's a bit far. Ironically, the MCW training center is about 10 minutes from my house.
Really?
Yes, 10 to 15 minutes from my house.
I'm gonna give him a call.
You should give him a call. Oh yeah, you do that.
Come out to
see if I can take your contract.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
they love doing that.
Yeah, they would. Yeah, just transfer it over to my friend
Oh
Joe.
yeah, it's great. But it's just the training that I know I want for me, and the price point is why I come out to Hagerstown.
Right. And I will say this: the group of guys. Now I can't say anything for 15 years ago, Bone Breakers. I could say about, but the group of guys here that are trainees, they're hungry, they're great workers, they're a lot of fun to be with.
Yep.
Guys that are ready and receptive and want to do it.
And there's no egos here.
Right? Yeah. Everybody's pretty. Everybody's real chill.
We all move forward together.
Which it should be.
And
that that was the other thing that was tough because when coming in as a trainee in there's state troopers. Oh my God, if they see us doing a podcast.
I don't know. I mean, that's fine. It's not a phone.
Pull us over. You're right. It's not hand. Okay, whatever. But walking in there, it was like you were walking past hungry dogs with meatloaf pants on. Man, they were just.
Oh sure. Now, I mean, some people like that locker room. They like that competitive locker room.
Yeah.
And I get that. That's totally understandable. I come from a theater background, so I'm all about cooperation. And that's what out here at House of Pain is all about, is cooperation and respect. There's respect at the MCW and any of that training, too. But it's a different kind of respect. It's a competitive respect.
Yeah. I like a little competition myself.
Oh, okay.
I do like a little bit. I like a challenge. When I first started, they said at MCW, they go, "Oh, you do the first day, and then you won't come back for a week. Nobody comes back the second day." And damn sure I showed up the second day.
Did every other trainee do the same?
No, nobody else did. I was like, "I'm going, baby.
Nice.
Watch this." Which they bought me, who knows, a little bit, but yeah. But here, I mean, you're right. We're all moving at the same pace. We're doing what we need to do. There is some competition, and you can jack into that,
Sure.
But you're right. It's not uber competitive.
Nah.
It's not like I'm scrapping for a spot.
Right, exactly. You got your spot. Right. Enjoy your place.
Yeah, you're in the school.
Learn something. You're here
That's
to
right.
learn. Don't waste time. Come here to learn. Well, we are almost at the House of Pain Neil Superior Professional Wrestling Training Center in beautiful downtown Hagerstown, Maryland.
Time to job out.
It is time to job out. I want to thank you all for listening to our podcast. You can now subscribe to us on SoundCloud. Find us, Road to Wrestling School, or you can send us an email at roadtowrestlingschool@gmail.com if you have questions, concerns, comments, correcting us on anything we've said that is incorrect.
Right, or if you'd like to sponsor us, we're looking for $108 to make this a thing where we can just post all the shows up there and not have to worry about space constraints.
That's right.
So if you really love this show, guess what? Send us $108.
Yeah, do just that.
Yeah,
Or,
in unmarked bills, just to us.
Of course. So, thanks for listening. I'm Grizzly Joe Grasso.
And I'm hashtag Hamish Stuart.
We'll see you.
All the cops are coming.
Oh, here they come.
They're
We'll
not getting
see,
us.
Not us. We'll see you down the road and in the ring.
That ending sounds good. I like that.